Welcome back to Maths class, students. In today's class, we will be learning the features of flat shapes. And by the end of this class, we will be able to identify and count the features of flat shapes. Now, what are these features of a flat shape? Now, every shape has got its sides and corners, right? These sides and corners are called its features. So I want you to look at the pictures of these shapes that I'm going to show you, okay? Triangle, rectangle, and square. Now, what are the features of a triangle? What are the features of a rectangle and the features of a square? Now, do you see all these straight lines? Even though it's slanting, even though it's straight, it's sleeping line. All these lines are straight. Do you see even a rectangle has got 4 lines? 2 sleeping lines and 2 standing lines. Even a square, because a square looks just like a rectangle, right? It has got 2 sleeping lines and 2 standing lines. These lines are very straight, and these lines, all these lines are called sides, okay? Look, all these lines, all these straight lines of a shape are called its sides. And now, do you see we have all these pointed joints here? All these pointed joints. Now, these lines, they join at this point, right? All these lines, they join each other at these points. And they're very pointed, very pointy, you see? Now, all these pointy joints here of a square, pointed joints of a rectangle and of a triangle are called corners, okay? Now, the straight lines are called sides, and these pointed joints are called the corners. How many sides and corners does each shape have? Let's look, okay? A square has got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides. And how many corners? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides and 4 corners. Do you see? What about a triangle? A triangle has got 1, 2, 3 sides. And how many corners? 1, 2, 3. 3 sides and 3 corners. What about a rectangle? How many sides does a rectangle have? 1, 2, 3, 4. And how many corners? 1 corner, 2 corners, 3 corners, 4 corners. 4 sides and 4 corners. Now, next we have here is a circle. Do you see any straight line? Any pointed joints? No. A circle is the only shape, okay? From all these 4 shapes, it's the only shape that has got no sides and no corners, okay? Now, if you look at this shape, they've got different features, right? Let's compare a rectangle with a square. A rectangle has got only 3 sides and 3 corners, whereas a square and a rectangle has got 4 sides and 4 corners. But even though a square looks like a rectangle, it is not the same, okay? Yes, a rectangle has got 4 sides and 4 corners. Even a square has got 4 sides and 4 corners, but it does not look the same. Why? Because a square has got 4 equal sides. All these sides are equal to one another. Whereas a rectangle, 2 sides are equal and these standing lines, 2 sides are equal. Okay, so that means 2 parallel sides, 2 parallel lines are equal only, not all the 4 sides. Okay, do you get it, students? Look, 2 lines are long, right? And 2 lines are short. So this line and this line are equal to one another, whereas this line down here and this line above are equal to one another. But this and this are not equal. This and this are not equal. This and this are not equal to one another. Now the line above and this line below are equal to one another. This line on the left side and this line on the right side are equal to one another. So 2 sides are equal. Now that you've learned about the features of a shape, I want you to open your workbook to page 19, S3, volume 3, and you will see the features of flat shapes. Question 1 here says, tick all the squares, tick all the squares. Now you will look at the picture of the shape, okay, and tick only the squares. And question 2 says, complete the table. Now the shapes are given here. In the second column you have the name, which means you have to write the name of these shapes, and then how many sides does this shape has and how many corners that you will have to count according to the shape and fill it up here, okay, in this last column. Whereas question 3 here says, what is the same in a triangle and a rectangle? Now you have to look at the features of this shape carefully, and then you will write what is the same in a triangle and a rectangle. Okay, students, so that is all for today's class. Thank you very much. I will see you in the next class. Bye bye.